Welcome to day one of 12 Days of Christmas by Activated Law. On the first day of Christmas, Activated Law gifted you a startup checklist. Now, if you haven't signed up for the challenge, you're going to want to make sure you do so by clicking the link provided, as well as making sure you join the Facebook group so you can get the most out of this challenge. You're going to get some general questions answered, you're going to get tips and additional information, as well as community from others who are doing the challenge along with you. And share with a friend. This is the season for giving, so make sure you bring a business friend along with you. Who doesn't like freebies, especially legal freebies? Legal is so expensive. So on the first day, I want to just give you guys an overview of what we're talking about today, what we're delving into, right? In my profession, every single day, I talk to business owners, my friends who are business owners, so I literally mean every single day. Every single day, business owners have questions around what comes first, how do they get started, and there is so much information out there. I wanted to provide you guys a startup checklist that I wish I would have had when I started my first business, Activated Law. I now have additional businesses as well that my experience from Activated Law have helped me navigate quicker, and so I want to help you navigate it quicker as well. So the first thing we want to talk about today is going to be the right mindset, right? What is it that you are doing this for, right? So make sure you delve deep into the checklist for today. It's going to go all into that. But basically, you need to have the right mindset because entrepreneurship is a challenge. It is hard. It is not for the weak of heart. And honestly, there are going to be a lot of hard days. And you have to remember why you are doing this. What is your why? And compartmentalizing that. So none of the outside varying factors, because they will vary, they will change every day, will deter you from doing what you will. There's so many videos from famous people out there. I saw one this past week from Steve Harvey. There's Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Thinking, right? Steve Harvey talks about how there is nothing different from him than anyone else besides his mindset. And if we can master that, if we can navigate that and learn how to navigate that, then we will be better off and be better prepared and equipped to handle this entrepreneurship challenge, right? Because it's really just a challenge like anything else in your life. If you are a single mom, if you are just a young person right out of school, if you're still in school and you are wanting to navigate the entrepreneurial playfield, you know that anything else in your life, if you had to figure things out, which we all have, entrepreneurship is no different. You can do this. You need community, you need people, other resources, which is why I invite you to join my Facebook community because I have an amazing network. If you need it, I'm pretty sure I can figure out someone in my network that I would actually work with, someone who is vetted, approved, that I know will take good care of you for you to work with as well, okay? So once we navigate that too, the next thing is how do we get to this money, right? I'm not even gonna try to get to the other stuff, right? We need to get to the money. And so there is a delicate conversation that needs to be had and a balancing act, right? Around how to start up your business and your business isn't making any money yet, right? I'm not gonna fluff y'all. I know what that is like, right? And that is an important conversation. We're not gonna try to say, oh, you need money, invest in money to make money. This is true. However, what can we do to be a good steward over our resources with nothing or little in the meantime until we get to the money that we need to get to, right? So in this section, it talks about positioning yourself for grants. It talks about how you can make sure your systems are in play, right? So you can invest in your business with the money that you have now personally, how we can make sure you are getting that back on the back end. And we just really want to make sure that you are positioned and to leverage all of the opportunities that are coming your way and what resources you need to pay for now and things that you can wait for later. Sometimes we don't know that. We're not clear for our certain businesses. You might need products, right? And you might need to have a certain type of packaging. Well, how do we make sure we're not just spending money on things we don't need now or testing out stuff and getting things? That's a part of the process, honestly. You can't fully negate that ever. However, there are some ways that we can minimize the field research that needs to be done to make sure we end up with a product that's desired and or the systems for service industry businesses. We tend to not need products and things like that to start our business, but we need systems and other type of operation management tools that help us stay on top of things systematically for a service-based business, right? So we talk about that a little bit in the money part. As well as show me the brand, right? The next thing is your brand. And this is so important. Immediately people want to start and jump in and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get my LLC. And why is your brand important? But before that, right? Honestly, your brand is directly connected to your money, right? If you don't stand out in this market, if you aren't set apart, there's nothing differentiating you from other businesses. So why should I come to your business over this business, right? So you need to make sure you pay attention to branding. This is a very important step we don't want to skip, because branding, as I mentioned, not only for you setting yourself aside for the market, you need to make sure that you are set aside for legal protections, which we're going to hop into in the next step. But basically, you need to put some thought into what you're naming your business, right? Because you want to have market separation, but also when it comes to protecting your business, there can easily be someone who confuses your business with another business that is similarly spelled, similarly named. So we want to make sure we are kind of getting unique names for our business and getting those things in order, going through a proper branding section, not going on Canva. Love Canva. It is amazing. You should definitely use Canva. Not saying that, but not getting our logos from Canva or Tailor Brands or other over really quick, simple, easy business tools, because ultimately down the line, you can't protect those things. You don't own those things. Copyright issues are going to come up because you can't trademark that and protect your assets and your property as you are building it, right? So going back to point 2, the money mindset, right? How we build our business, what we are putting into our business is ultimately an asset. It is an investment that long term will yield money and the value of what our business is worth. So we want to make sure we are being careful, we are thinking about those things, and we are investing in those things over time, because it's going to pay off in the long run. It's going to be something that's going to come back up, and that's going to be important, right? So kind of touched on it already. The next point is going to be legal. Once again, we're just going over the 6 tips that I would recommend as a startup you need to make sure you're looking at in the order of which you should be looking at it at, right? So number 4, which might surprise some people, especially me as an attorney, right? Like, why is legal not number 1? Because legal isn't always the first thing that you need to go out of. Some things need to be in order before you even get to legal. And so this is a no bluff information session where I'm just giving it to you how you should have it, guys. There's some things need to be in place before you get to legal. Legal costs money, right? Outside of this free challenge, legal costs money. People to work with me, it is not free, right? And I'm not necessarily cheap. So with that being said, the free information that I'm giving you, I want to make sure that it's going to be quality. I'm not going to like try to sugarcoat anything for you, make it look sweet. No, this is what it is. Some things need to be in place before you get to legal, because legal is also going to be an investment of your money. So now that we're at the legal part, you need to have your entity set up, right? So our LLCs, we need to talk about contracts. We need to talk about intellectual property, which is the trademarking, which is why your branding is so important. LLC and trademarking kind of play a delicate dance with each other. Depending on your priorities as a business, one or the other should come first. I always recommend doing a trademark search for your name, but not necessarily registering the business until we have our LLC and entity, because when we register the trademark, we want it to be registered to the LLC. We want all ownership to go back to that, because once again, we're building assets for our business and we want that to be protected in our valuation for money down the line, right? So that's that. And then lastly, we want to make sure that we have our employees in mind. A lot of people starting off, you might use independent contractors. And once you're ready to hire employees, what does that look like? What is the difference between them? How do we differentiate it? How do we hire and onboard an IC versus an employee? Those are important factors as well, okay? So step 5 is actually going to be, and let me see here. It's going to be our systems, guys. I cannot stress this enough. Systems are so important. Unfortunately, when we're starting a business up, usually it's us or maybe one other person, right? We can't clone ourselves and we can't add hours to the day. So the best way to do that is to take the time that we have, map out the system and the vision that we have, and to clone our mindset into a system that no matter what time of day it is, no matter what day of the week it is, no matter what holiday, if I'm out of the country, your mindset can run automatically through a system for you. This sometimes looks like a CRM, which is a client relations management system. This sometimes looks like a, what do you call it? They're technically CRMs as well, but like the Honeybooks of the world, they just call it a management tool, an operations management tool. But it's essentially the same thing, right? Something that organizes your clients for you. It organizes your information that you're receiving for them, your leads. It's automating emails for you. I personally use a software called Keep. It has all types of robust automations in there. This challenge is being done on an automation. Your emails you're getting out every day. I thought this through, mapped it out. I'll show you guys my photo at the end, where you can see like I wrote everything out and then went in my CRM and built out exactly every single step and how I wanted to do. I tested, I made sure it was good. I'm tagging certain things as it's happening throughout so that I can go in and better serve my audience based off of how people interacted with the challenge, right? I can get feedback from people live, but I can also get feedback from people based off of how they interacted with the challenge, right? People dropped off after day 4. Maybe a 12-day challenge is too long and I need to make it shorter, right? I will be able to see these things and better judge my audience and better utilize my money, know where to invest because of my systems, right? But systems, you have to be really clear on your vision, what it is that you want to do, and then systems implement that for you and ultimately take a huge weight off of you if implemented correctly, because they will help you navigate a lot of the things that need to get navigated and a lot of the things that you need to cover for your business automatically. So cannot speak highly over systems at all. Systems, honestly, I'm like, systems, you might want to start out the gate with systems, but you're usually getting clear on the vision and all of the other stuff come first. So realistically, I understand you need to have your business in place first before you think about how your business is going to run to a T where you would document it in systems. So that's the reason systems is number 5. All of these, honestly, are interchangeable. They're not necessarily in an order where you, for your business, might want to focus on it. This is just an order I recommend that I found was helpful for me, but these are the 6 things in general that you should focus on, okay, for your business and starting off. Everything else, let it go. The last one is marketing, which I know is huge. So many people start off with marketing and they don't have the other things in place and their marketing fails and they don't understand why, right? You don't know who your audience is. You don't even have a concrete brand in giving away to your audience. You don't even have a set budget and or you don't have a plan of how you're going to recoup your marketing budget that you are planning to do it. And people just hop on Facebook Marketplace and they get on there and they're trying to run ads and do stuff and they're not seeing a return on their investment and they're frustrated. And I've been there as well. And I want to let you know it's because you skipped a lot of steps. Even now when you register for Facebook Market or even monetization on IG, they ask you for your business information. And they ask you if you tell them that you have an LLC, they're asking for your EIN. They are verifying this information up front. So you can't just hop down to monetization and marketing and getting people to know you and to do that. What happens when the people get to you, right? What happens when that one person comes and then they tell 10 people about you and you don't have systems in place? And so now you're overwhelmed and this great idea of a business that you love and that you're passionate about goes down the drain because your dream and your vision is no longer serving you. You have become a slave to your dream and vision. You have become resentful about the thing that you loved, and now the dream has died. You guys, I am so passionate about this stuff because I have lived it out. I have seen it, and I'm telling you that it is real. And we need to be good stewards over our self-care, over our mindsets, over our relationships, how we serve other people. And this is a part of it, making sure that we have the right foundation in place. And so no, the order doesn't matter, but marketing is absolutely last, okay? 100% last. If you don't have those other 5 things in place, marketing for sure is last. I can 100% tell you that. If you don't have your terms and conditions and your privacy policies on your website for marketing when people come and people don't, they pay you and then they do chargebacks and you didn't detail out how that works on your page. So that is on you, right? You definitely want to make sure those other things are in place and in order once again, okay? So just to do a recap, through all of our 6 steps and what we want to focus on for this day 1, 12 days of Christmas challenge and our startup checklist today. The first thing that we want to focus on is our mindset. The second thing is going to be our money move. Number 3 is going to be our brand. We need to make sure that we have a concrete brand, something that represents our business as solidified, established before we go out there soliciting customers. Number 4 is going to be our legal matters and how we protect ourselves and ultimately our customers is going to be the next thing we want to make sure we have in place. All right. Number 5 is our systems. We not out here overworking and hustle mindset. No, that's not how we do life, right? We want to be smart about it, working smarter, not harder. So we want to make sure we have systems in place that are working for us. Last but not least, we want to make sure that we are marketing, utilizing the tools that are out there. This can look like, brand to brand, using affiliate marketing. There's so many different ways of marketing, ads, et cetera, but everything needs to be in place before we get to marketing and ultimately whatever works best for your business. So if you are not doing this challenge with us, why not? 12 freebies, 12 days of freebies. This has been day 1. Make sure you sign up for the link. You'll get the freebie from today fully sent to you. You have a Facebook group that you can join, and we just really look forward to having you. Every single day we give out special offers for you to take advantage of, and it's 24 hours only. So tomorrow's freebie, if you sign up tomorrow, you don't get today's freebies, you don't get today's special offer, etc. So we hope to see you guys in the challenge, and we hope that you are enjoying day one. Bye.